guys. So we're going to jump into Taurus now, and I hope you enjoyed Aries. So thinking about Taurus, let's just do a quick briefing on the few things that we do know. We know that Taurus is an earth sign. We know that Taurus is ruled by Venus. We know that Taurus is the first of the earth signs. So when we think of the first of the earth signs, we want to think of spring. And we want to think of the Taurus is the one that's able to plant the seeds. They plant the seeds for everybody else. They tend those little baby seeds. They have the long patience to plant and wait. All right. Their job is to get ready for Virgo in the fall. Hold on, we have to have Einstein in the background. I'm hoping we'll get like a cool hawk flying by or something. We've got dogs and yeah, this is my life. So thank you for coming with me on this journey. So they are the ones that can plant the seeds. They are the ones that know how to beautify. When we think of Taurus, let's think of a couple things. First of all, let's think of Adam and Eve. Okay, let's go back to Adam and Eve a little bit. Now, Eve, she lived in the garden, didn't she? She lived in the garden. She had it all. She had it all. But she was given one choice, one temptation, and it was don't eat the apple. Because if you eat the apple, you're going to know about the other side. And do you want to live in this innocence, or do you want to know about the dark side? And we know what happened. Thank you, Eve. Eve, she was tempted. She was tempted by the serpent. And often when you see the Taurus's life play out, you see this innocence because it rules the sign, part of the zodiac from 7 to 14. Pre-adolescence, okay, there's this innocence. There's this little flower girl, or, this little boy who's running around building tree houses with all his buddies. It also represents the bull, okay? So here we go again with the metaphor of the bull. The bull is actually another prey animal, as the ram is. They do not eat meat. But the bull protects its domain. The bull also likes to have a harem around him. So when we look at Taurus, especially male or female, we see this strong child growing up having this harem around them, doing their bidding, just like the bull. But they're protective. That's where we get the possessiveness from, this protection of this is my land, my grass, my herd around me. You're in my space. Now, the bull, when we go to the bull, we see that they don't waste a lot of energy, do they? The bull stands around all day long grazing to wait for when they need that energy, okay? When they actually will need that energy. They don't just run around all over wasting it. They're very quiet, but they're very, very perceptive. They can feel a predator coming up from behind. They can hear, all right, because this earth sign rules the senses. They can feel the enemy. They can smell the enemy. They can see the enemy. They can perceive the enemy. All right, so you never want to sneak up on a bull, even though it's an earth sign, extremely perceptive. Now, when we get into everyday life, try to tie these few little storylines together for you. We're looking at somebody that really needs security, really needs material security. Just like the bull grazing all day long. Now, everyday life Tauruses, that is the sign when we look at medical astrology that rules the throat, sinuses, the ears. You'll see a lot of Taurus children have ear problems, throat problems, tonsils, the neck, all right? Often we see the ankles for Taurus, that they often don't like their ankles because they feel like they have cankles. So I know, I have to be funny too. But these are some of the things that, you will hear Taurus talk about, or you will observe. We also want to be perceptive as we're getting to know people, again, learning how to read charts, learning how to understand astrology. that we're looking at features when we meet someone. So usually a Taurus woman have a beautiful long neck. Also, the eyes of a Taurus are incredible. They're more of a cat eye, and the eyebrows are their highlight feature. They have the most incredible natural eyebrows, and Taurus women will have, they'll spend a lot of money on their eyebrows. Okay, eyebrows are a big deal for Taurus. So, we see these features. For men, yeah, beautiful eyes, very good looking. Okay, extremely good looking. Um, it's ruled by Venus, so we also have music. Very beautiful voices, ruled by the throat. Okay, you see a lot of singers. Michael Jackson, Mars and Taurus. Madonna, Mars and Taurus. Celine Dion, Mars and Taurus. Okay, so when we're looking into astrology, it's not only the sun sign, although I'm talking about the sun sign, I'm really talking about the energy. Okay, we can see this play out in different parts of the chart. So when I'm talking about it and you see it somewhere else, it's going to have a similar effect. We will get into how the actual planets, change that effect. But we're still talking about the raw energy here. Again, possessive, when we get into the shadow side of this, when they lose or feel like they do not have material security, which then gives them emotional security, okay? Then this can turn into potentially a disorder of hoarding. All right, I've seen Taurus energy it can be hoarding. You see hoarders, even hoarders of cats or animals. You can see weight gain here or a food addiction because, Taurus is the sign that really gets the most benefit out of feeding themselves, and there's a comfort there. Taurus is that drive for comfort in everything they do. I mean, they're going to have those little fluffy socks that you get at Nordstrom's, where we just go to get the 99-cent ones. No, they're going to have the name brand. They're going to have the best. And very loyal, very wonderful friends. All my Taurus friends, I just adore. I feel like when I get around them that I could just take a breath because it's just not going to be too crazy. It's going to be pretty balanced, pretty, slow and right. Tauruses, again, don't like their stuff touched. They know about all their stuff. So, make sure if you're working with a Taurus in your life, be respectful of that. I have a daughter who's a Taurus, and I like to go in and see what cute shirts she's got. She's 20, so she's got all these cute clothes, and, we're about the same size. And so, oh my gosh, if I get caught like on a video, I sneak one, and I'll be on the video, and she's like, "Mother, you were wearing my shirt in that video." So I get in big trouble. So I have to sneak it back in there and put it exactly on the hanger that she had it on, exact the way it was hanging, if I want to sneak it. So yeah, it's fun though. They have the best. So going back a little bit to this temptation, I know I kind of jumped in a different direction, but when we look at Taurus, we have to look at the fact that their 7th house is in Scorpio. Okay. And so this is the type of relationships that they end up having, this scorpionic, plutonic relationships drawing into them because it's the opposite side. Taurus is, because it's an earth sign, doesn't really want to get involved in emotionally cray-cray. They don't want to get into emotional, deep, dark stuff because they want to stay in as Snow White, kind of this like singing with the birds chirping out in the garden. The Garden of Eden, that innocent. But there is always a snake in the grass for the Taurus, okay? There is always a snake in the grass. Sometimes it comes in as in a romantic relationship. It can come in as an older controlling man, dominating man, a scorpionic type of relationship, or plutonic, if you want to use that term. I've seen in Taurus children this play out often Taurus children go through a divorce, okay, and play out in a stepmother, kind of the Snow White with the wicked stepmother, okay. Snow White is a really good storyline for the Taurus, all right. I really believe she played the Taurus in that movie, and we have the wicked stepmother trying to take her beauty away, because Tauruses are so beautiful. And they often, because there's such incredibly voluptuous women, I'm talking about women for a minute, they often, all the men around them look like, you know, the seven dwarfs. And they're always waiting for this knight in shining armor. So these are some of the storylines that play out for Taurus. So as we continue to dive into these videos, we'll get deeper and deeper into these things. And as I get your questions, you know, we'll be able to continue to dive deeper. But I hope this just gives you just some things to think about right now. And stay tuned, because Gemini is next.